Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, wonderful individual. Today, I would like to speak about spiritual exertion and practicing walking, talking, standing, moving, thinking, feeling, and so on. Every single day, we do have about 16 hours to become aware of oneself and one's own inner world. By you becoming aware of it and getting to know yourself, you can over time be able to practice walking, practice to communicate. For example, speaking to yourself and asking yourself questions and observing different types of concepts by, well, more or less putting it out in a tableau by speaking about it. It also helps you sharpen your communication. By practicing it, you do become better at it. Very much so. By be conscious when you do it, by truly with intention practice these things, it puts into spiritual powers, spiritual forces into this, and it allows for a more healthy growth in the area you are focused on. There are of course many different areas and lenses we can see the world from. We can see it from the physical and physical health and being physically active and in movement and so on. We can see it from the etheric, from our life body. So what we put into our bodies, eating and our nourishments, our diets and so on. Or we can see it from the astral world, from what we are interested in, where we put our intention and direction of our, well, focus and so on. Or our ego, our, well, all of these at the same time. And what we put into our body and being. When I say being, I mean all of these, of course, and the body is the lowest on the physical one. Of course, to first and foremost become aware of these things, and to then be able to, over time, slowly but surely, through meditation, through breathing, through active, persistent and consistent dedication to this cause and to the growth that we over time go through as human beings. When you reach a certain maturity, you become aware that you are an ego, that you are an I am, a individual personality. Then it is about purifying oneself so that that personality is not dragged to the mud, dragged to below the earth, to conflicts and competitions and insecurities and fears and lack mentalities, but stay above ground in the feeling of faith, love and hope, and the single-minded dedication to humanity and the cause, and have a certain trust in the wise guidance of the world. When you say these things to yourself and repeat them and truly live by them, it becomes your lifestyle. It becomes your everyday life, and over time it becomes enjoyable. Spiritual science and spiritual work, mastering, should be enjoyable, because when you see the progress, when you truly see, of course you don't see giant leaps and bounds constantly, but when you do see the slow and steady change that comes upon you when you are actively working upon yourself spiritually, you quickly get to enjoy this journey. And then to have that feeling of responsibility. So when we master our thinking, it is about feeding our thoughts uplifting, constructive, and also meticulous, precise thinking. It really, really helps. Then you can also put heart into it. So when we think, we put some warmth and heart into our thinking, making it more spiritual, spiritualizing our thinking. Same with our feeling, it becomes more of a sense organ, an instrument for perception, where we can connect together in the emotional world and truly bond and be human individuals together, sharing in on what it means to be individuals but also be human beings, you see. And for you to find out who you are, what your interests are, how your emotions ebbs and flows from day to day, what you're thinking about from day to day, it really affects your whole being. By you, with your ego, grabbing a hold of your physical being so you can master your etheric and astral. When it comes to the spiritual work, you actually go from up downwards, because you from the astral is the easiest to work on. Then the etheric is one step deeper, the fluidic in our body, and then our physical, the mineral in our body, is the hardest to work upon because it is the most dense. And you must first work upon the astral and the etheric, the longings and passions, pleasures, pains, longings, and so on. I think I said longings twice, but well, it puts it into it puts it into perspective. And etheric, which is habits and repetitions and practices and so on. Then the physical body will be affected over time. But you can't just work right into the physical body. You can do it with physical training and so on, and dedication to will, and but that will exclude the spiritual practice of it. You don't need to do that either. It can be a spiritual practice in the first place. And it should be, because your body becomes more malleable and physical and flexible and so on. But practicing walking, practicing talking, communication, and observation, taking in, perceiving, and remembering. All of these are indispensable faculties in the scientific work of the spirit. And it is important to acknowledge that we are not doing this alone. We are helping each other in the spiritual. And there are higher beings that are guiding us with their beautiful mighty hand. And it is all about having the dignity and the reverence for them, to be grateful for what we have in this moment and what we have to work upon and what we strive to make better. We are also grateful for that work because, hey, we have work. There is always spiritual discoveries to be made and masteries to be unfolded. So it is all about getting a certain love for the practice. And well, it is a win-win really, because you practice something that you in outer life actually can use in goodness and in good faith. So you can be as supportive to others also, uplift them and make them feel comfortable and safe, because you have a steady, sturdy path you are on, because you have a sense for these things. So being a good example and staying responsible and humble and moral is utmost important, or else we will lose that connection to creativity, inspiration, and that sense for morality and love. We will be spit out from there if we do immoral and evil and degrading deeds and thoughts and emotions. We need to have that as sturdy and steady and as objectively loving as possible. That is how we can see things from the higher being's eyes, because we need to have their state of being also to be able to perceive things. They see things from a very much more compassionate way. They are very much compassionate and patient with us. We are still only halfway through our human development, so they really look down on us with compassion, love, but also with patience. But they are stern, they are warriors, they are fighters. So they are also very much they very much nudge us to do the right thing, to do the spiritual work. They are very, what should we call it? They cannot be, they can be denied, but they are very much easy, they are very easy to, I forget the word, seriously. When they come down, they recognizable, yeah. They are easy to recognize. That feeling of sit still. Don't become complacent. Don't rest on your laurels. Don't be arrogant. Don't think that you are on top of things, right? Stay humble, stay equal to humanity, and be an eternal student. That is how you keep your intentions pure, because this is for both yourself and humanity. But but you gain from this. You gain advantages for yourself, for the way you live, by practicing and doing these things, because you master yourself, and hence your act of conduct and how you appear in life becomes much more lovable, enjoyable, and supportive for the rest around you. That is why we practice, to strengthen these spiritual qualities, divine qualities really. Kindness, love, upliftment, but also comprehension, reason of the highest kind, and objective overview of things, but not so objective that you lose the details. Just about an overview so that you have the details too. The middle, just about the middle. So not lose yourself in details and not lose yourself in the whole picture. You have both the whole and the details. And that is the balance. And that is where you can hold your consciousness steady and sturdy. So you can keep on practicing and doing the good work, you know? And I will leave you with this today. Thank you for being an amazing esoteric scholar and explorer. And, well, may you be blessed, protected, guided, loved by Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, my God, the higher hierarchy, ancient masters of old, ancestors from every incarnation. And may you follow that beautiful nudge from your heart. And may your heart lead you towards what you are meant to do in life. I love you. Thank you. Goodbye.